Hey, I'm Nathaniel Cline from the Northeast Ohio Media Group, and I'm joined by my colleagues, Robert Rozboril here on my left and Tim Bielik on my right. Guys, how are you?
Doing good.
Pretty good. You almost got my name right.
Thank you. Did I? Oh, my God. Yes. All right. So get ready. Week 5 of high school football is here, and we're going to give you kind of some of our predictions and some games that we're going to be watching. If it's okay, I'm going to start with Rob on my left here. One game that you had in mind was the Holden St. Vincent Mary. Why is that?
Well, I mean, this is going to be a fantastic showdown this week. You got the two big Catholic schools in Akron going up against each other. You got Danny Clark, Jonah Morris for Hoban, and then you got on the other side you got Marcus Hurd. You got Dominic Davis going for St. V, and this is just going to be a great clash between two of the top teams in the area, and we're going to decide once and for all who the top private school in Akron is, I think, based on this game.
So if you're going to spend your money in Akron, you got to go to that game this weekend.
That's right.
Okay. Moving over to my other side, Tim Bielik, the game you're going to be going to and the one you're going to be watching. Who is that and what?
Well, the game I'm going to is essentially the game to keep an eye on the most is number 3 Midview at number 6 Bremen Park. Now it's only week 5, so it's really too early to say that this could decide a conference, but in a way this could be the Southwest Conference Championship game, especially if Midview wins. Midview beating Avon last week, where Dustin Crum and Logan Boland put up record-setting numbers in that 55-35 win. If Midview wins this game, there's not really much that can stop them, I think, from winning the SWC. Bremen Mid-Park wins, then it's game on for the SWC. Pretty much two of the best quarterbacks in Northeast Ohio going head-to-head. Obviously, you talked about Dustin Crum. Nick Gassman, Bremen Mid-Park, a little bit under the radar. I think he comes out and has a big game, in kind of a must-win, a chance for Bremen Mid-Park to try and put a stamp on the SWC, the conference that they won last season before Avon and Midview made their move in.
Okay. And that Midview and Berea Mid-Park, those two teams, they climbed also in the top 25 this week. Obviously, they made some of the voters and fans happy over the weekend. So, all right, and the game I'm going to be going to is, Bishop Watterson's going to be traveling up to Benny this weekend. Benny's been climbing up in the polls. They sit right now at the top of the region, and this is two teams that could also face each other in the playoffs. But, we'll just see what happens. So now let's move on ahead here. Predictions for the weekend. I saw some of your guys' predictions. I'm curious, what do you guys have to say about it? Tim, let me go ahead and start with you. Euclid, Solon. Solon's ranked number 16 in the top 25, but Euclid's not. Why do you see Euclid?
Well, I mean, I predicted Solon to win this game, but I think Solon should be on upset alert, and the big reason is we saw last week Euclid jumping out to a big lead on the road against Mentor. I mean, what we saw in that game was Euclid really kind of turning some heads early. They're doing a great job. Jeff Rotsky's done tremendous in his first season with Euclid to get those guys going. They're 2-2, and they really put a scare into Mentor, right after the loss to St. X, where they had to try and build some momentum. And I feel like Euclid's a team that has some talent, including guys like Anthony Johnson, who are doing some good things for those guys. And it wouldn't surprise me if Euclid won that game just because of the way they're playing. So I'd put Solon on upset alert right now.
Okay. Moving over here to my left, Nordonia and Stow. Nordonia's ranked number 20. Stow is number 8. What's your prediction?
Well, you know what? Initially my inclination was definitely going to be to go with Stow, but the more I looked at this matchup and the more I realized that Nordonia has faced 3 top 25 teams so far this year. They beat one of them, Bedford, and didn't fare all that badly really against Hudson. I mean, Hudson really just kind of, they just kept them down most of the game. And if you look at Stow, they're coming off of a game against Wadsworth that they could have lost. I mean, they were trailing with 1:39 left in the game, and only because of a 38-yard touchdown pass from Kyle Vantries to Joe Andrasi, that's the only reason that they won that game. And I mean, that very easily could have been an upset that could have knocked them way down in the poll from number 8. And Nordonia, and Stow hasn't seen anybody from the top 25 yet. I mean, Nordonia's going to be the first one. So you look at Nordonia's defense and what they've done offensively in most of this year. I just think that they based on the experience that they've gotten against some of these top-level teams, that they might have a very good shot at beating Stow, and that's why I picked Nordonia this week. So
the last prediction we have here amongst ourselves is I have Madison over Chardon. Madison's ranked number 24 in the top 25. I picked Madison just strictly because I see defense, that's kind of my favorite right there. But the funny thing is, between both of these teams, they've given up just at least 6 points each game in the last 4 weeks. So I'm curious to see how competitive this game is going to be. But again, I have Madison over Chardon. So you can check Rob's, Tim's, and myself, our predictions, and the rest of the staff, and much other content at cleveland.com. So please be sure to check out that only at cleveland.com, and enjoy week 5.